Remember when your high school history teacher said to you, the courses of history changed because of the actions of great men? Well, guess what? She was lying to you. Screw Caesar, screw Lincoln, screw Mahatma friggin' Gandhi. If it wasn't for the guys that were underneath them, if it wasn't for all those soldiers during the Civil War that fought and died for the liberty of an oppressed people that only years before they were actually enslaving themselves, and if it wasn't for the people marching all around India, Mahatma Gandhi, Lincoln, they never would have been great men. It's because of actions of guys like you and me that actually get the job done. A farmer or a businessman may own the business, but without the people underneath him, then he ain't got shit. He ain't got nothing. He ain't got the resources, the manpower, the dexterity, or the resources, most importantly, the manpower, to make sure he goes home at night to his wife and kids when they're the ones slaving away 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, when all you gotta do is show up for 5 days. Now, I'm not damning. I'm not pointing fingers. I'm the last person in the world who's going to be pointing fingers. But all I can say is when it comes down to the nickels and dimes of the situation, great people. Lincoln, Mahatma Gandhi, Julius Caesar, all those guys, they needed soldiers to get with the campaign. Napoleon Bonaparte, everybody says that he was a great man. Some people say he was a terrible dictator. But the fact of the matter is, when he went into Russia, who was the great man? Was it him that got on his high horse and say, I'm not staying here no longer, you guys fight it out, turn around and ran back to Paris? Was he a great man then? No. It was the soldiers they left behind. Here's another example of a great man. Most recently, Barack Obama served his country for 2 terms down in the United States, tried his best to make a great thing out of a humongous state that he was left in when he was elected president of the United States. You see, the thing is I never get about the Americans is that if you like a president and you like his work and you appreciate everything he does, why would you kick him out after 2 terms? Shouldn't that guy have the right, just like up here in Canada or some other places, that if he does a good job and he wants to get reelected, why the hell would you put yourself into a situation when you know when his term is up, you got 2 choices, bad or worse? So that's the fact of the matter is, I don't understand why people got to do that, but I don't really understand politics. Maybe it's not up to me to decide. But the fact is, if a leader actually takes power and he considers himself to be a great man, when the fool realizes that he knows that he's not, it's up to the people that elected them to make sure that either they do the job or they get the hell out. Democratically, if need be. But the fact is, I don't think Donald Trump is doing any better in presidency than maybe Donald Duck. See, the truth is, I don't want to be a great man. I don't want to be a great man. I don't want to be a superhero. One thing I ask is when we meet on the street, you look at me with kind eyes.